Hey guys, before the video today, just wanted to quickly let you in on a little bit of Clash Royale news. This morning on Reddit, Supercell announced that they will be adding a permanent mute feature in the game next update. That means this April, in, I don't know, 4 to 8 weeks, I guess, we will be seeing the next update. Hope it's great. But yeah, that is confirmed, a permanent mute feature. Some of you guys will be really excited about that. Some of you guys will probably say, what's the big deal? But just thought I'd share that with you guys right now. So guys, I know you're going to enjoy this video. It's a great one. So without further ado, here's the video.
Don't you know? Gotta tell somebody.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. How you guys doing today? I hope the day's treating you well so far. Thank you for joining me. Are you looking for a solid deck for ladder to get you hopefully higher in trophies on this last week of the season? Well, look no further. I am going to deliver a really strong deck, and you're looking at it right now. As a matter of fact, Totem, who's going to be the pro that we highlight today, had 2 accounts, number 1 and number 2 on ladder. Only 2 epic cards in this deck. We have Prince and we have Poison. If you don't have a high level Poison, feel free to sub in Fireball. This is a great deck, guys. It has some bait elements to it in the Spirit Goblins, the Goblin Hut, and also the Bats. It has definitely that beatdown power that we're looking for, and it has that really strong defenses that we're also looking for in a deck. This deck has it all here, of course, starting with the Goblin Hut. Now, before we get to the pro gameplay, I apologize. I am, as you guys know, I'm trying to integrate a little bit more of my gameplay in here so you can see an average player with these decks. So we're going to start out with a live match that I just recorded about an hour ago as I was recording these replays. So, you know, I'm going against Jaguar here from UK Choppers. Shout out to him. And I'm always going to start out with the Goblin Hut. It's obviously the most ideal starting play. It's a great defensive unit, and it just sets the table nicely. So if you have it, always start out with the Goblin Hut. Otherwise, wait and react to the opponent. Speaking of reacting to the opponent here, I accidentally played that Giant. I probably would have pressured the left lane. It actually wasn't an accident. He placed the Giant, the Golem, same time that I was placing the Giant. So I play a Mega Minion here. He comes at me with a Horde, so I'm totally ready. I'm just going to poison this. Great poison value here. My Giant does die, but we're not too concerned about that. We kill the Golem and all the supporting troops before he can even reach anywhere close to my right tower. So here we go. It's the counter attack here with the Prince and the Mega Minion. I probably get a little bit greedy here. I think I play the Spirit Goblins. Probably a bad play. I do, in fact, and he plays the Skarmy at the same time. Spirit Goblins are going to be pretty much a waste. I could have just relied on my Princess Tower. Of course, you know that I always struggle with being maybe a little bit too aggressive at certain times in my gameplay. So watching this replay back, it's actually a good time to kind of reflect on that. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Goblin Hut here. Of course, whenever there's a lull in the action, whenever you're getting close to full elixir, make sure you play the Goblin Hut. You're going to want to keep playing Goblin Hut in this matchup. And of course, against the Golem deck, we're going to be hitting opposite lane. This is what I would have done the first time had I not dropped the Giant at the same time as the Golem. And you can see, just adding the Bats to this push, I probably didn't even need the Bats, honestly, but I know he's going to be coming at me super hard here in the left, so I want to be ready. Against the Golem, I'm always going to make sure I have my poison ready because he played the Minion Horde aggressively last time. What a great poison here. Oh my god, I got the Battle Ram, the Golem, everything. The Minion Horde, of course, and then I'm able to play defense a little bit with the Bats and the Spirit Goblins, and of course the Mega Minion. Now he throws a 3 Musketeers. He's playing that annoying 3 Musketeer Golem deck, guys, but he's not doing a great job of kind of baiting out my spells, unfortunately, and he's able to really only get a few hits on that left tower. So at this point, I think he gives up, so I can't fast forward because it's a live match, so we're just going to go for the quick. We drop the Goblin Hut doing the safe move, yeah, we do. And then I'm just like, okay, I'll just go for the 3 crown, I guess, because I think he's given up. Sometimes you're not sure, and then they come back. Maybe they like have a blip on Wi-Fi or whatever. Anyway, guys, I do think that Goblin Hut is the strongest card in the game right now. If I was going to nerf or buff one card, it probably would be a nerf to the Goblin Hut out of everything in the game. How about you guys? Do you agree with me? Do you think there's a card that more needs a nerf than Goblin Hut? Let me know in the comments below. Goblin Hut, of course, the star of that other deck I showed with the P.E.K.K.A. Zappies too. Huge shout out to Gaming with Charlie, my YouTube sponsor of the day. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. And hey, I love the name. Thanks for all of you who have been asking me about my son, Charlie. He'll turn 6 months already, guys. Feels like just yesterday that he was born, right? So 6 months next week. And he just ate something other than breast milk yesterday. So that was pretty cool. I'll flash a photo for you guys if I can find one on the screen. So anyway, guys, here we go into the next match. Oh, look at this. Julian's is playing against Azilis. Azilis was actually just on that P.E.K.K.A. episode, sharing that P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Hut deck. If you guys missed it, I'll include it in the description below for you guys to watch after this video. So here we go. Azilis is going to pressure the opposite lane super hard. Ice Golem, Ice Spirit, Dark Prince, Battle Ram, baby. And he actually gets to that tower. He gets a decent amount of damage on that tower as well. Now Julian's does have this giant coming down, and he's going to do a great job against this giant, playing the Mega Minion first right on top of the giant, and then zapping to reset in that Inferno D. Inferno D is down, and then Azilis plays a pretty nice Ice Golem there to kite that Prince back up and take that Mega Minion away from that right tower, really mitigating what could have been a tower down there for Azilis on the right. Azilis, of course, one of the best French players, as well as Totem, both French. I'm not sure if Azilis is from Paris, but Julian's, aka Muji, aka Totem, is in fact from Paris. So shout out to him, obviously, for providing these replays. So he's going to go ahead and do what we talked about in our match, right? He's going to set up with that Goblin Hut there. He's facing it towards the tower that he's working on. Azilis opts to poison on the opposite side, and then we play a giant right at the bridge there. We do have the cards that are crucial to defend against this, or excuse me, to support this giant push in hand, which is mainly we have the hut set up and we have Zap in hand, right? So we can take care or deal in some way with that Inferno dragon. Now look at that. Azilis just used a Zap spell. So boom, I mean, Totem does not miss anything here. He plays his Spirit Goblins right at the bridge, knowing that Azilis had neither the elixir nor the answer to the Spirit Goblins, and Spirit Goblins MVP take down that right tower for Julian's. So here it comes, a Charging Prince into a Dark Prince, Inferno D, and a, what was there, a Battle Ram under there? No, Battle Ram's still in hand. Bandit dashes across the river onto that Goblin Hut, but look at this giant, just doing work. He's such a big body, only 5 elixir, just going to clog up that lane, preventing Azilis from taking down that left tower, and just really good work here by Julian's, taking down Azilis, who's obviously such a great player. So here we go, Giant is going to get to that tower thanks to that Zap spell last second there, going to get 2 swings on that tower, taking it down to within 1400 HP, almost half off. So if he needed it, he'd be pretty well situated to take care of that left tower if the match did go into overtime. However, it does not. I believe that Azilis won't be able to finish off that left tower, and what a great defensive sequence there. He used a 5 HP left, guys. Ouch! Ouch, Azilis, that hurts, man. But GG, well played. That last defensive sequence was sweet there by Julian's, activating that King Tower. Not that he really needed it, but just like doing a very good job at kiting all the Dark Prince and the Bandit around the map. So let's see what we have here. We have a Miner with Inferno Tower. Let's watch, Lava Hound. Let's watch Lava Hound, because Lava Hound is a pain in the butt right now, guys. Lava Hound is so strong right now in the game, so let's see how to deal with a Lava Hound deck with this deck. This time we're on the bottom, obviously. Moonlight, the Lava Hound player, is on the top. We're going to set up again with the Goblin Hut as our first play here. He's going to split a Goblin Gang behind his King Tower and set up with a Tombstone, it looks like. So here it goes. Tombstone versus the Goblin Hut. And of course, when you're facing a Lava Hound deck or a Lava Loon deck, you should only really have to be prepared for them having like 2 ground cards usually. It can be Guards, Skarmy, Tombstone. There's usually 2 of those 3, or Goblin Gang, right? But they usually don't have more than 2. So against a Lava Hound deck or a Lava Loon deck, always kind of be aware of where those 2 cards are in their rotation. And if they don't have one of them up close, or if you want them to waste some elixir, or if you know they have Tombstone, just be ready with that predictive zap or whatever you need, combo that Prince with bats so you can take care of that Tombstone easily. Don't lose in a 5-for-3 trade the Prince to a Tombstone. So here we go, we're getting a little bit of damage on that right tower, and look at the defense we had on that previous sequence there against that Lava Hound. Really mitigated any heavy damage from taking place on that right tower, only down to 33-43. Meanwhile, we're going to send in the Giant. Of course, we're going to send in the Giant opposite lane as soon as he goes Lava Hound. And look at this. This is going to be towered down, guys. There's nothing he can do here. He does play a Goblin Gang, kind of mitigating the damage a little bit in the right there, but I'll tell you what, he commits in that left lane with the Mega Minion, and Julian just does a great job of identifying the opponent being very low on Elixir. We talked about that in yesterday's video, guys. 5 tips for grand challenges or any challenges, and one of them was know when to be aggressive, right? And that was a great example of that. Totem went for the King Tower knowing that, hey, he has a Lava Hound, he has a Mega Minion, and he threw a Goblin Gang at me in the right. What does he have left? How much Elixir could he possibly have left here, right? And he did a great job, and he actually came away with the 3 crown there. So now let's go against Hisham on the bottom here from Nova Rays, and Julian's back on the top of the screen, guys. That time we had to defend first, and now we're going to go ahead and set up with a Goblin Hut. Now we played the Goblin Hut way in the back in front of the King Tower in this matchup, of course, thinking that he might have Rocket. Why else would he play the Goblin Hut in the back? Obviously, Rocket has nothing to do with it. Oh, maybe to help out against the Goblin Barrel is why he played. Just such a smart move. Sometimes you have to think about it, like, okay, why did the pro make that decision? It's also the benefit of having them on voice sometimes, right, guys? You're not stuck with newbie me trying to explain what they're doing. Now, something to note here, another reason that the Goblin Hut is so strong is the Princess will miss the goblins while they're in transit, while they're moving, similar to the Magic Archer, right? So they'll still get through and get a 1 swing, or 1 spear, excuse me, onto the tower. So he's connected for some damage onto our right tower here, but we have more damage, and then we re-up with another Goblin Hut. We've already identified that he does not have Rocket, so we're free to go ahead and drop that Goblin Hut there, figuring that the Fireball might come in, but when the Fireball does come in, if it comes in, we'll have a good opportunity to kind of hit really aggressively at the bridge. So you can see, here's the Prince. We're going to drop the Giant right at the bridge there. This is going to be very hard to stop, even though the opponent has an Inferno Tower. We play the Bats there, but can't get enough Elixir, excuse me, for the Zap just yet. However, we do get the Prince to the tower, and you guys know getting a Prince to the tower is a recipe for disaster to the tower. And in this case, Julian's comes out on top again, taking that right tower in single Elixir time. This is a deck where you can pick your spots and be aggressive in single Elixir time, just like Julian's just did. Totem's a real beast. He's going to defend here very well, just using the Spirit Goblins on the right, guys. Just taking advantage of the fact that the opponent didn't have Log or no Zap in the deck. It didn't have Log in hand, so just great defense here, and he's going to set up for another push with the Giant here. So here it comes. The opponent goes pretty aggressive with a Goblin Gang and Goblin Barrel in the right lane. We defend it. We keep that building up, just barely 459 damage, or excuse me, now it's 255 damage. So at this point, you can tell that Totem's thinking, I might need to take down the other tower. And here he goes, all in. He plays 1 Giant at the bridge, 1 Giant in the pocket, but 1 Giant hits the tower, the other Giant hits the tower, and here comes the Prince. Prince gets that stab in, 13 seconds left. That's going to be GG, 255 HP left on the tower. It doesn't matter now. It's pretty much game over, right? 2 tower lead, and that's how he got to first place, guys. Just an absolute stud is Totem. So huge shout out to Totem for joining me on the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Best of luck with the deck. It's a really strong deck right now, and it's really great in a variety of arenas, not just Arena 12 at the very tippity top of the leaderboard, right? So guys, check out his information, Totem's information, that is, in the description below. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.